Hello, this is TAW691 here once again. Um, this time I'm going to show off some new stuff. Well, not new as particular what I just picked up, but I'm going to start reviewing some of my comics. I have quite the comic collection, and I just picked these up a couple months ago. Um, as the Angry Video Game Nerd has been doing every Tuesday, he's been reviewing different related merchandise on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He does Turtle Tuesdays or whatever. And I was watching one of his episodes, and he showed off the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original comic series. He only has them in the novels. Well, I don't have all of them, but I do have a pretty big stack of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comics. This is number one. I believe this is the third print. The first print is very hard to find. Actually, I think the first print has a different picture, and it's all green instead of red. That's number one. I don't know why, but for some reason they didn't number book number one, but yet they numbered book number two. And then, like, every issue after that, they seem like they number them. Here's issue 3. Now, some of these jump in numbers. It goes from issue 3 to issue 5. I have to find issue 4, and there's a bunch more. But the artwork on all this stuff is just amazing. But of course, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon series is what brought everybody's attention to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles all over the world. Only certain people actually knew of this comic series. Then here's number 6. And the artwork in these are just amazing. And here's number 7. I'll show a close-up look. Yeah, this is when they fight the Triceratons. And I'm still a little stuffed up here. And I mean, the artwork on this stuff is just amazing. Now, of course, I was just like every other kid that one time or another you find out about stuff as far as cartoon series go, and then you end up finding out the backstory afterward. As with Turtles, that's the same way. I remember the first time I ever went into a store and saw Turtles merchandise. I was, I think it was like 5, and I went into one of our old stores that we used to have in this area. It was called Laneco. And I just happened to walk into the toy aisle. Me and my brother, we always used to go to the toy aisle because we hated going grocery shopping. That's what was good about Laneco, is that they had a toy section. And at that time, I was collecting Ghostbusters, and well, He-Man and Thundercats kind of was just dying off as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles came about. And then it was Ghostbusters, and there's a bunch of other stuff that I actually picked up at Laneco. But the very first time I ever saw a Turtles figure was at Laneco, and it was Michelangelo. And of course, he was everybody's favorite turtle, as he was mine. And I remember picking it up, and I was like, what's this? You know, and I was like, I gotta have this. You know, it's just that credibility that you have to have it, you know. And I bought just one figure. I was a little disappointed because I couldn't get any more. But then the next week afterward, my brother actually sweet talked my mom into picking me up 2 extra figures. So I would have 3 out of the 4 turtles. Of course, then I ended up buying Leonardo last. Even though he was supposed to be the leader, I don't know why. I always liked Michelangelo oops, sorry about that. The best. I don't know. I'll talk about that in another video. I have some other stuff that I have stacked up here that I'm going to review. Then we jump from issue 9, okay, issue 10. And this series is just completely off the wall. I mean, if I would have read these as a kid, I would have just been completely, like, confused, you know? Because you see the turtles in a different way. You know, the way they were supposed to be utilized as they were in the very first movie. As in which I never really took a hold of. The very first movie was actually based more off the comics than it was the actual cartoon series. That was issue 12. Here's issue 13. And like I said, the artwork inside and out is just completely mind-blowing. And then it starts to go into like different style here. It's issue 16. And then they start to not number these once again. This one is issue, I believe, 17, maybe 18. And then this is where I didn't get the rest. But then there was a couple side books. There was only just one that I picked up. It was Turtle Soup. It's pretty cool. And then they made the Micro series. And I do have more Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles books. I just didn't pull them out yet. But when I do, I will make a video. I have the actual animated series that they made into a comic series. I used to have just about all of them. But one time or another in high school, I decided to sell some of them. There was one guy I went to school with. He was crazy into turtles. And I was kind of like, yeah, you know, I had my phases. You know, I was in high school. And yes, when I was in high school, I collected up X-Men figures. And Spider-Man and some Star Wars. That's really when I started collecting into Star Wars stuff. But I sold him a whole stack of Turtles books. I forget what I charged him for. Yeah, so that's another story. And like I said, they made these Micro series. I've only ever found number 1 of each. That's Donatello. Here's Michelangelo. And like I said, I don't know if there's any more of these books in the Micro series. And then I have Leonardo. As of which, that's another thing. When they were in comic form, they weren't differential with the different color masks. The only way that you knew is if they actually told you who they were, and also by which weapon, of course, that they were holding. And then they also didn't have the initials like right in the middle of their belt buckles also. But this is some really, really nice artwork. I mean, you couldn't top any of the artwork. And then, along with that stack, I'll review these too. I only ever got issues 1 and 2, but I have Castlevania comics. Yeah, these were issued, I think, in 2006 or 2007. And I only ever found the 2 books. I know there's more out there. And I believe I do have some manga books here somewhere. There was only ever 2 of those that I've ever found also. So that's it for me for right now. I'm going to try to pull out the rest of my comics at a later date, whenever I get a chance. This is TAW691 signing off. Until next video, I will see you.